Hi Metalheads, willkommen zum Metals Forever, Show Nummer 505 am 16.12.2022. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid zu einer unglaublichen Show heute. Heute haben wir wahre Legenden in der Sendung. Eine Band mit einer unglaublichen Story, aber ich will jetzt nicht zu viel verraten. Bleibt dran, heute wird es mit Sicherheit cool. 4 Member sind hier, das sind solche coole Socken. Das wird heute ein Freudenfest für alle, die auf klassischen Heavy Metal Made in USA stehen. Heute ist euer Abend. So, und noch nicht dranbleiben, denn wir haben nach der Interview natürlich die Aftershow-Party, wo es wieder viele Sachen zu gewinnen gibt. Wir haben wieder eine tolle Runde heute. So, ich würde sagen, bevor ich loslege, wie immer, unsere Gäste auf Facebook. Bitte in Facebook rübergehen zu YouTube. Da spielt die Musik. Facebook wird leider meistens noch eine Stunde schon vom Facebook selber gestoppt. Der Stream wird gestoppt und dann später auch gelöscht von mir. So, die Sendung bleibt natürlich auf YouTube. Also weiterleiten also YouTube weiterleiten und wenn ihr schon da seid, liken, subscriben and hit the rocking bell. Okay? So, los geht uns heute mit einer geilen Band. Und zwar eine Band, die hatten wir noch nicht in Interview. Ich hoffe, dass wir sie irgendwann mal haben. Und zwar Stallion. Und der Song ist vom Keep It True Festival. Und das hat auch einen Grund, warum ich das gewählt habe. Denn Keep It True ist ein wichtiger Punkt heute in der Show. Ihr werdet staunen. So, hier kommt Stallion und Shadowrun. Ich würde sagen, let the madness begin. Und here we go. Hier sind Stallion. Tja, jetzt wisst ihr, wo die Reise heute hingeht. Heute wird es laut, schnell und gnadenlos. Jawohl. Und zwar richtig mit geilen Heavy Metal. Jawohl. So, auf geht's mit Gebrüll. Ich freue mich jetzt gleich. Ich kann gar nicht warten, dass die warten ja schon, die Jungs. Die haben ja keine Zeit mehr. Alle schon Oldfellas. So, los geht's, Freunde. Hier sind Siren, Science Fiction Movie vom Back from the Dead Album und danach gleich im Interview. Auf geht's und viel Spaß.
Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface.
This is the command ship. Are you there?
See these prehistoric beasts emerge from the bowels of the earth after 200 million years to devastate mankind.
Stand
Yes. And now, welcome to the show. On the guitar, Hell Dunn. On the vocals, Doug Lee. On the drums, Ed Aborn. And on guitars, Todd Krabs. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
How's it going?
Hey,
Good
Richard.
to see you.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm talking to legends.
Really? Where? Did somebody invite a legend?
The legend says this is a band. They are very, very long time in the scene with a break. But we not talk about now the break because your story is amazing story, and this is a story like Anvil with coming back from the dead, and yeah. But we talk later about this. We always start to ask our metalheads, who is the metalhead? Who is here today? How you became a metalhead? What was the trigger? What brought you to the stage? I will start with Hell on the guitar. Hell, you told me before you didn't play guitar for many years, but how you start the guitar? Was guitar your first instrument?
Yeah, guitar was my only instrument. I started, listening to when I was young, listening to Ted Nugent, Kiss, UFO, Scorpions, and Uli and Schenker, and I wanted to play guitar, so tried it, and we formed a band. And next thing you know, it was turning into Siren, and so that was back in 1980, 81 time frame.
Unbelievable, huh? 81.
Yeah, 40 years. Crazy.
40 years and still here and still. I tell you what, I talked to Tom today. So I said, Tom, these guys are crazy. The new album is a killer. Holy shit! I didn't expect such a killer album, and that's why we have 3 songs of the new album later on.
Awesome.
This was from the 2020 album.
Yeah, science fiction movie. Yeah.
Back from the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's good title.
Yes. It was well thought out. Yes.
Couldn't avoid that one.
So we have. I expect mostly the same genre. Uli, John Roth, of course, Schenkers, UFO, all the good old 70s. So that was, 70s. And then I guess the new wave of British heavy metal, and San Francisco stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I mean, when Iron Maiden, new wave of British heavy metal came along, that was just right when we were starting. So that was, I just loved it. It was really exciting then.
A question, do you ever met Johnny C in the early days?
No.
I don't think so, no.
Doesn't sound familiar.
He's up in New York, so yeah, we just never
so
would have been great, but yeah.
Yeah, but you made yourself a name already. So okay, let's go to Todd on the guitar. So we have the guitar armada done. Todd, you are the poser in the band. You and Doc probably it's fun to watch you guys,
Thanks. Yeah.
How everything started with you?
Well, my first musical hero was Elvis Presley. When I was 12 years old, I got Moody Blue when it just came out. That's how old I am. I got an Elvis album when it first came out. But I guess my first more rock metal heroes was Kiss, I have to admit. I remember when I was like 11 or 12, we were on vacation, and one of my family's friends, their kids had a poster on the wall, and it's that one of Kiss with Peter's playing the drum, like 1776 or something, and I didn't know what the hell that was, but I knew that's what I wanted to be. It was just amazing. And then when I heard it, it was even easier. Then I just wanted to be Ace Frehley, and maybe Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. I wanted to be them all. I loved it all. Yeah. And then, of course, as I got older, I got into all, like Michael Schenker was a hero of mine, Uli Roth, all that stuff.
Again, here we go. Yeah.
Early metal stuff. Saxon is one of my favorite bands as a young person. I just love that. That's my kind of metal. That power metal with a good singer. That's just what I love, and that's definitely one of my early inspirations for sure.
Cool. So the same. I expected this, but Uli would be happy to hear his name twice today. So
he's amazing. I mean, he's still amazing.
Yeah, I must say I was a Scorpions fan already in the 70s. I had the Tokyo Tapes, was my first Scorpions album, of course, and then the next one was Love Drive.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I love all this. He's a woman, she's a man, or Steamrock Fever. Yeah, I love this stuff. But I must say, when Matthias Japs came, then I really loved it. I really did. That's
great too. He's great too.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
But we are not here for Scorpions today. We are here for Siren at other drums. You told me you threw away the drumsticks for 30 years. How you come back to play such a great drum now? This is high class.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just it's one of those things that if the music's in you, it's in you. And when I had the chance to really play drums again, I just jumped in with both feet, literally, and both hands, and yeah, just loved it. It started all the way back, just like these other guys. That seed was sown in 1975 or 76 for me with Kiss. I remember my grandmother bought me the Alive album. I'd asked her to get that, and I was hooked from that. And that's how actually I learned to play drums when I got my first kit, was by playing along with the Kiss records. Put on the headphones and just play along, and taught myself how to play. And then the progression musically just went from that to like Ted Nugent. And then I went pretty much into the new wave of British heavy metal pretty solidly with Priest and Maiden. But also there was a guy here locally who's kind of like the center of new music back then, named Dee Vanoy, and he would introduce us all to just amazing music from around the world. And he turned me on to bands like Riot, who I absolutely love to this day. And Hal actually turned me on to Accept around 1980 when I joined Siren, when we were getting things going. And once I heard that, it was like, oh, I mean, it just spoke to me so much. And stylistically, that's pretty much where I am. I love, great players like Mike Mangini.
Actually, you have the same style like Stefan Kaufmann.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's
drumming. Yeah.
That's it. I mean, especially, when I heard Restless and Wild came out, and Siren back then could have been an Accept cover band. There was so much Accept played, in the covers between Maiden, Priest, and Accept. And just, I love those songs and still do. And that style of just holding down the beat, with some double bass here and there. But, I'm not a technical player. It's just holding down, the music. So yeah, that's how I got to where, I was. And it was still in there once I had a chance.
So when you heard the very first time Fast as a Shark, you said, holy shit. No?
Yeah, yes. Oh, I was. It was incredible. I couldn't play it, of course, because, I was not a double bass player at that time, but that's what made me want to play double bass, because listening to Stefan play those songs, actually it even started with Breaker, because hearing Breaker for the first time, I was like, what is this magic, that's going on, this beat? I love it. So yeah, that's where it came from.
I said it many times already. Herman Frank, he was one of my first guests in 2021, and I asked him what he miss nowadays. He said, what I miss today? Many times I miss the riff bands. And I think he would be very happy to hear this today, because this is a riff band. And I can't wait to play my favorite track today from the new album, but we have to wait. Dog Lee, the front man.
Hey,
icon.
After your story, I show a teaser for the documentary. There's a documentary out, it's unbelievable. And I got the link, and this weekend I watch it. Wow, yes, I love it.
Awesome.
So, Doc, your story.
Well, I just wanted to say and comment on something Ed said there. When I first got in Siren, that was what turned me on to Accept. We were playing Accept when most people had never heard of Accept. I think when we were a cover band, we had at least 6 Accept songs in our song list. And like at one time we had 17 Priest songs. It was ridiculous. But anyway, I started out really young. I started out on the drums, actually. My parents got me a set of drums when I was 2. I think either 2 or 3. And then oddly enough, on the bass head cover, it said the Rainbow Band. So I don't know if that was some foreshadowing of stuff to come or what, but that was odd. I never noticed that until recently when we got back together as a band, that band that on that drum set, it said the Rainbow Band. But yeah, I started out on drums, and then when I was in like 4th grade, I started playing violin. I played violin up until high school, and then I started playing the guitar. But growing up in Brandon, you know, I tried to get different bands together and stuff, and everybody in Brandon played the guitar. It was just everybody was a guitar player. So I wasn't going to be the 3rd guitar player in Siren, so I became the vocalist. And really, I listened to. I started out growing up in California, listening to the Beatles and stuff like that, and then I evolved into Zeppelin, and I was, you know, kind of a big Zeppelin head. And I used to jam with David Austin before Nasty Savage formed, and he turned me on to a lot of Priest songs because I wasn't really that familiar with Priest. And I would like everybody else in the band. Once I started listening to that stuff, I loved it, you know, and it grew inside of me. And I wanted to you know, and I really evolved as more of a metalhead when I got in Siren. Yeah.
Now it makes sense why you have so many flyers, the old flyers from the 80s with Nasty Savage on it.
Yeah.
So now you're friends. Yeah.
We were playing very many originals back then. We maybe had 3 or 4 originals in our set, but you know, we were playing all the good metal covers back then.
It's amazing. I checked out I have some albums, of course, to set up the show, and I thought, you know, these guys now, they are now very active. You know, this is a song by song. But before I start now something special, never had before actually. It's a premiere that we have a teaser for the documentary. But before we do this, I want to greet Frank from FHM Records. Hello, and
Frank.
Thank you. Set up. Yes, Frank.
Yes, the man, Frank Headbanger.
Yeah, of course. And I will always play now or bring the links. I speak German to my audience. Ihr da draußen, falls ihr diese geilen Albums kaufen wollt, gibt's alles beim Label. Und ich werde immer den Link jetzt gleich posten. Und bestellt es, holt euch das. Es ist wirklich oldschool, very, very cool. Especially das neue Album. The new album is amazing. I love it. And now, what a title. I am too old for this shit. So who said this first?
Oh God!
I think in the movie I did, but I don't know
I think it was you, Doug.
Wasn't there a bet on who was going to say it first when we went on the trip?
Yeah, it was. It was just. It's incredible as the movie shows, and the reason we're sitting here today, because none of us would have expected to be here 40 years later, and the sequence of events that happened.
Then we talk about this.
Exactly, it tells what happened.
Yes, this tells everything. And I love it already, and I can't wait to have the link, and I can watch this weekend. This will be a celebration because I love documentaries, and this will be now. I know you guys. That's even better.
Yes.
So I am too old for this shit. Here's the teaser.
I'm a software engineer and a dad and a husband, and I love my life. But 38 years ago, I was in a band called Siren, and we were going to take over the heavy metal world.
Siren stuff, it's metal. It's that classic 80s rock metal.
It just felt like we're destined for something, which kind of catapulted us into a different world.
Obviously, there was some conflicting opinions on what we wanted to do.
I was done with Siren, walked away, put down the sticks, never played another band again, and just, I guess it ended with a question mark. I received a handful of messages from people in different countries. Hey, are you Ed Aborn, the drummer for the old heavy metal band Siren?
It never turned out that the band played here in Europe.
You're telling me that the dream is now going to have a chance to come true, even for a weekend, to be flown to Europe, to see thousands of people in front of me and play the songs that I spent years and years rehearsing. That would be amazing.
We hadn't seen each other or talked in a long time, maybe 30 years. So we started reaching out to people that had been in the band in the past.
Would you consider playing?
I knew there was no way. I hadn't played for much in 20 years. I knew that was just no way that was ever going to happen. But something told me it was going to happen.
If it's part of you, it's part of you, and don't give up.
The last time that they played a show together, I wasn't even born.
It's been horrible, man.
The fact that the dream slipped away, and out of nowhere, you get this call saying, we want you to play our festival in Germany. Fly across the world to play rock and roll with your band, with the guys you grew up with 35 years later. That doesn't happen.
If I lost Greg on the very first flight, his wife would kill me.
I came outside and all these birds were on the ground squawking at me. I can't think that was anything but good.
And Doug lost his passport in the last 5 minutes.
It doesn't make any sense. Any sense at all.
Just in general, is anyone going to care?
I'm getting too old for this shit. Greg. No, seriously.
Dude, look. What's going on? All right, well, we got him.
Siren roars forever.
Have you heard of Snapchat? What does that do? I have no idea.
And we still haven't figured out Instagram and Snapchat.
I am so happy you told me I get the link to watch this movie. I want to see this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
It reminds me so much of Anvil. You know, when I watched this movie, it was amazing. You know, I knew this band from the 80s, early 80s, you know, and then disappeared. And suddenly they're here. And now they're tour the world and great guys.
Yeah.
So
I love that movie too. And it is very similar. You know, one big difference is they were attained much more success back in the day, and they never stopped going. And then they got, you know, that resurgence and recognition, you know, as opposed to us, which, you know, this story is told. We had pretty much, you know, stopped the band for a long period of time with no expectation of going up, and then it snuck up on us.
So what went through your mind? You on the airport, you're waiting for the plane, you see the plane, say it's happening. Damn, we are back on the road again. It must be an amazing feeling, right?
It was incredible.
Yeah, it's surreal. It was surreal. The whole experience was surreal, and we had to keep reminding ourselves that, wow, this is actually happening. This is the dream that we all shared, you know, 30 something years ago at that point, coming true.
Unbelievable. This is another Cinderella story in heavy metal.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Hal says in the movie trailer.
Yeah, heavy metal fairy tale.
Fairy tale, yes.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. It really did. And thankfully, as you'll see in the movie, Chris Jericho, who is the producer of the movie, being interviewed about it, and he said, and this is something that actually is not in the movie, is when I had, because he is a friend of mine, and when I had told him about what was going on, that we had been invited to play at Keep It True, the first thing he said to me was, listen, man, and we're good friends. He goes, you know, I don't want to be rude, but is anyone going to care? And I said, that's exactly what I said to, you know, Oliver Weinsheimer, the promoter. I said, is anyone going to care? Is anyone going to know who we are? And he assured me that, yes, that, you know, we do have a following there, and they would recognize, you know, who we were and some of the music. And Chris, the next day, called me back and said, listen, I can't get this out of my mind, what you're going through right now, because this just doesn't happen to people, where you get called back, you know, to reform your band after decades to do something big like this. And he said, because he's a real entertainer on a different level, and his mind just constantly goes. He said, listen, he goes, if you guys go over there and it goes amazing and it's a triumph, or if you guys go over there and the wheels come off on stage and it's a complete disaster, either way, it's a story that I want to see, you know, and I think would be a great story for people to see. So what do you think if I pay to have a documentary crew join you now and then actually go with you to Germany? Because we were still a few months out, four months out at this point. And I told him, I said, hey, we're going to live this one way or the other. So, you know, by all means, if you want to pay to have somebody film it, worst situation is we have a great home movie. So
best home movie ever. Yeah,
exactly.
Yes. So how long you prepare for a show? How long you practiced for the show to get in shape? I mean, soon we see you guys playing at the Keep It True. We talk about Keep It True Festival. So that's why I said before in the first Bistalian, the Keep It True Festival has some important part in this interview today. The Keep It True is like the dream became real. So you finally, but I would say we played a video first, and this is a old song actually from the No Place Like Home from '86, right?
Yeah. Actually, it was old. It's older than that. It appeared on our. It was on our Iron Coffins demo back in
85.
Yeah, early 85 is when it came out. Yeah. So early 85, the Iron Coffins demo came out. We had actually recorded this song when we recorded the songs for our single Metro Mercenary. We recorded Metro Mercenary, Terrible Swift Sword, and Over the Rainbow, but then we decided to go with the 7-inch single as a debut instead of a cassette. So we picked Metro and Terrible Swift Sword to go with for the single, and then re-recorded Over the Rainbow for the Iron Coffins demo. So yeah, the earliest incarnation of this is from 1984, and it became a fan favorite. Kind of a unique song, as Todd's forearm will attest.
It's a tough one to play. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the original guitarist who wrote it, Rob Phillips, had wrote it using hammer-ons as the rhythm of the song, not just in a lead. So, now Todd, plays 5 minutes almost of straight.
You want to get that one in shape, yeah.
So yeah, but it's a song that really gets identified with Siren. So yeah, we felt.
And let's watch it. Very first time in Germany. This was the first time. You never played in Germany before, right?
Doug, you guys back on Financial Suicide, didn't you do a couple of shows?
3 shows.
Okay.
This was 88, probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
88, 89. Yeah, I think 88.
Okay, but yeah, this is the first time after the 35 years, yeah.
And now we watch you guys with Over the Rainbow from Keep It True Festival 2018. Here we go.
Over the rainbow.
Amazing.
I love seeing the end of that with Frank, headbanger from FHM, and Stefan Bernard and Holger Geinitz. It's just, awesome to see them living that moment with us in the crowd as we were living our moment. So cool.
That was the next question. How you end up on FHM record? They approached you after the show, or they already had it before?
No, actually, it's funny. So FHM Records was founded by Frank Hernshaw, Frank Headbanger, and Holger Geinitz, and but they didn't actually come along until after this had happened. But Frank is the one who is instrumental in our comeback, in our getting back together again. Because Frank, and I don't think anyone here would dispute it, is like the biggest Siren fan, on the planet. I mean, he was, OG, original Siren fan, had his own jacket back in the 80s, made his own Siren patch for the back of his battle vest. I mean, he was a big fan, and he would always had wanted to see Siren play at Keep It True. But it wasn't until everything kind of came together, as you'll see in the movie, where Doug and I started talking again, and it was like that really energized Frank to say, "Oh, well, Doug and Ed are talking. I wonder if there's a chance that the band can get back together." So he reached out to Oliver at Keep It True and said, "Listen, we know where Doug is, and he's talking to Ed," and so they made the offer. So actually, it was Frank that led to us playing at Keep It True. And then after that, after we had played Keep It True, we had done the Back from the Dead album in 2020 because we were loving it, having so much fun as a band together. And it was around then that Frank and Holger started FHM Records. So at that point, it was like, hey, we want to release Siren on our label. And we were like, of course, you are the reason, that we're pretty much back in the game. So since then, they did the, a re-release, a second release of Back from the Dead, and a 10-inch single vinyl from Back from the Dead with some missing tracks, and the live version of Over the Rainbow you just saw. And we're very excited now that our new album, A Mercenary's Fate, is on FHM Records as well.
And this is a killer album.
Oh, thank you.
I couldn't believe what I hear today. What the hell? What a force! So these old fellas, that's why I said to Tom today, holy shit! And I was so surprised, that you're getting better and better and better. It's like that you never stopped. And so Ed, how long took you to get in shape?
Once we started talking about the possibility of playing, that's when I started playing the drums regularly again, and started to work up all the old catalogs. So to answer your other question before we watched the video, we probably rehearsed once we got the players together and identified the lineup of the band and solidified that for about 6 months is when we started to work those songs back up and or work them up for the first time in some cases. And so that was about what it took. And I was playing every day, just grinding, getting those songs back embedded into muscle memory. And it just came very naturally, as I know it did for Doug, who, he knows all these songs and has known them forever. So, it was what we actually have a video on YouTube that is from our first rehearsal that we did electronically here in my studio with Greg Culbertson, the bass player. And you can see even from that stage, we ran through some songs from Dead of Night, the demo, and it came back, naturally to those of us who had played it before, and then everyone else was just putting in the work constantly.
How many times do we actually rehearse with Greg before we did that session in your studio? I'm thinking not many.
Yeah, no, that was the first time. Yeah, no, that was the first time he came over.
Studio before that with Greg? That was the first time? Wow.
That was the very first time he came over, and I could not believe that he remembered his parts, because he hadn't played either.
Well, he put in the work. He was rehearsing at home. He was putting the work in. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't like he just picked up his bass and came in. He had been working them up for a couple weeks.
We only did that one show before we went to Germany, one local show. That was really it.
Yeah.
So, two questions. Who was the hardest to convince that this will work?
I don't
Or all that I'm waiting for this call for 30 years, motherfucker.
right. Yeah. I think we were all, once Doug and I had talked and decided, okay, can we get a version of the band together that is true to the original? Because we wanted to be original to the original lineup of the band. And once we identified the members, like Hal, who's a founding guitarist, and Doug, obviously, the vocalist, and myself and drums, Todd and Hal were together in Atomic Opera as guitarists after Hal had left Siren. And we'll talk about that later. So Todd was, an adjunct member of Siren for all those years as well, just like I played some gigs with Atomic Opera.
Right. Like I always say, I could have been in Siren. It just, if I'd come to the practice at the right time, I probably would have been in Siren back in the day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So who collect all the flyers from the 80s? This old, because now
Do you want some?
well, I have a lot
you
here.
some.
And I tell you what I did. I produced 3 videos, so animated videos with flyers and for because there's no video available, and I promised you give me the link to the film,
all the material,
and I give you, and of course FHM Records can use this 3. I will send you this, guys, so you can release it as a fan video.
Awesome.
And we'll say now we enter, and it was hard. It was really hard for me to choose what songs, because I said, okay, I have time for 3, and the first I play now is "I Am the Wolf" from the new album, and I will put the link now to watch it, to buy it. So here's Siren, "I Am the Wolf" from the Mercenary Fate 2022 album. Here we go. "I Am the Wolf," attack.
Rise up to the mystery of the night.
Wow.
Cool. That's great, man. Thank you so much for putting that together. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
My pleasure.
So I see you have quite an extensive flyer collection already.
Yes, I have a lot of stuff here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, I love the story. You know, it's like you had your life, kids, business. Now you're middle-aged gentlemen, and still have the metal in your heart, and that's what I love. You know, that's the real deal. And so, what went through your mind when you entered the stage in Germany and you see all the metal fists and the metal horns raised up and greet you like this way? Was this expected?
Well, I'll just say I was the new guy, and the German fans even knew who I was. I can't express how cool and nice and into it they are and how knowledgeable they are. You know, they couldn't have been better, and the audience was just into the whole show, and they knew all the songs. For me, being the new guy, it was amazing. And I know, you know, they all know Doug and Ed and Hal, but it was an amazing experience for me. Who's that?
It was like basically. We were. It reminded me of in Brandon when in the '80s when there was just everybody was a metalhead, and going to Germany, it was just like the same thing except way more people. Just everybody was still, you know, wearing their battle vests and leather jackets.
It just felt like we were back in the day.
Back in the day, it was just like going back to the '80s. All these people were so into metal and so cool and so supportive. It was really surreal. I loved it. Just loved every second of it.
Me too.
I couldn't believe that they all knew the words to even the new songs. Every time I look out in the audience, they were singing the songs. Even the ones that just came out, like Tornado of Blood. It's like, how do they know that already?
Yeah.
I remember when I was preparing for the shows and playing here at my place and just rehearsing, I would imagine myself being there and what it was going to look like to be on stage. One, to take away my own nerves and try to prepare for that, but also to remind myself that when that is actually happening, to stop and not get caught up in the moment, but enjoy it and realize you are doing exactly what you had dreamed of when you were 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yes.
You are living this moment and you are seeing people sing the words that you wrote, if it's, you know, certain songs, but you're doing it, man. You're living this dream. So rather than just have it pass by so quickly and be gone, I actually would stop myself. I remember specifically during Dead of Night doing that, just thinking, I am living the dream that I had. You know, this is amazing. This is so cool.
Maybe in the bed, maybe one day you said to your wife, what do you think if I put the band together and we play in Germany? Yeah, keep dreaming. Good night. Well, dreams come true sometimes.
Yeah, we got to go over there and play Rockstar for a week. It was amazing. Yeah. It really felt like that. They treated you like that. We got to sign autographs for like an hour and a half or something. It was just a dream.
Very cool.
Yeah. Signing autographs is not part of our daily lives.
Right.
Otherwise, I can tell you that. So it was amazing.
You know, I love this scene when you walk through the plane and one of the passengers look at a dog, you know, if his head like a rock star is entering the building, you know. I love this face, like cool.
Yeah,
Doug had a lot of fans that were waiting to meet him over there. I remember we were walking around the festival for those 2 days, and constantly, whenever I would go over and say something to him, there were just a group of people around him just asking about different things, asking about his time in Mekong Delta or just different Siren albums. And it was so cool for all of us.
It was so much fun. It really
so
was.
After this festival, you had serious discussions, right? Say, hey guys, I think there is a market for us, or was there doubtful, or say, you know what, now we do it again. Damn it.
I can remember standing there in the audience at Keep It True, watching the other bands, and me and Todd were talking. It's like, you know, we should do some more recording. I think we can do this. And we started talking at that moment, planning. We're gonna write some songs. We're gonna keep this thing going. It was we're gonna do this.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, with music, somebody's got to care. And that was such an amazing opportunity. Wow, we got people that really care about this band. That was just an amazing opportunity to go back and do a record. So that made it really fun, because somebody wanted to hear it.
I'm wondering if our biggest old school metalhead, Metal Mortal ist schaut heute zu. Mortal, bist du im Hintergrund und schaust zu? For sure he knows you guys because he's collecting demos even, He knows all the bands from the 80s. And I'm wondering if Mortal would be cool to have him here in the chat because he's a metalhead. He loves all this old stuff, like especially in your range.
We are old, so we got that going for us.
Let's play some music. And from the Financial Suicide album from 1988, a song remastered by Achim Köhler.
Amazing guy.
Yeah, of course. Achim is super cool. He has a good, he does.
He's good. He was the right man for the job.
Absolutely. And he is creator of Dreams. The video, let's kick it and talk later. Here we go.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool song.
It's like the song says, it's so real, but it won't last. It'll flash back through time there.
Yeah, very true.
Too bad old Les Talent didn't make it long enough to see that. He would have been.
He was a bass player, right?
He would have been satisfied. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I like this idea that all this old stuff comes out again, you know, and new mastered by professionals and yeah, this songs stood the test of time. For me.
I really liked the new mix, especially for that song. It
Yeah,
sounds good.
I like it, yeah.
It's a little bit hotter than it was to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, I'm glad we decided to do that.
And this video was done by the son of Frank.
Yes, Mike.
Mike, greetings.
Rock.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I love this idea that somebody puts a company together, a label together for a band. You know, this is
that's the thing. Frank is like yourself. We were talking a little bit before. Frank is a super fan of heavy metal and a great guy, and he's living his dream as much now. He had a very successful career in the business world, and did when we met. And then has since retired from that and is now living full time. You know, his dream, just bringing his favorite metal and, you know, old bands, you know, together and stuff. I mean, bands like Explorer and some other just, you know, great bands on his own label. And it just, yeah, he's an amazing guy, and we're honored to be on his label. And the fact that it was we played a part in it becoming a label.
Ja. Frank, ich weiß nicht, ob du schon mit Tom drüber gesprochen hast. Wir haben ja im neuen Jahr 2023 Special-Sendungen Behind the Scenes, wo wir eben auch Producer, Labels, Leute einladen und gerne lade ich auch ein. Ich finde es einfach schon die Story super cool und da kannst auch du deine Lieblingsband auch mit reinbringen. Wenn du Lust hast, komm in die Sendung, machen wir eine spezielle Sendung mal mit FHM Records. Mit Sicherheit sehr cool. I think we have to go back to the new album. Now comes another killer track with a little help from your friend. That's me, and this is Welcome to the Grave.
Ooh,
Yes. It's still not my favorite. I must say, there is still one, and you know what song, because when I said to you
told us
before, I told you before, and there was immediately 4 heads. Yes, but this is another killer track, and the whole album is a killer. That's for fact. It's legendary, and I was blown away because holy shit! I mean, back from the dead, it's a solid cult album. Of course, it's nothing wrong, but you topped it with the new Mercenaries' Fate. You topped it. 100%.
This one is absolutely the most collaborative album we've ever had as a band. Everyone putting in ideas, putting in parts, lyrics, riffs, you know, just everything. And it just came together so naturally that, you know, we were so excited. Too. Yeah,
we kind of got our method together. When this album.
Yeah. And we decided to really have it be as strong as possible, because, you know, we recorded ourselves here at my studio and our other individual studios. I brought it to a certain point with the pre-production, but then we're like, let's do this right and bring it to Jim Morris of Morris Sound Recording here in Tampa, who's an absolute legend in metal, and have him do the actual mix. So we went in and mixed it with Jim because we felt like this album was so strong, it was worth the investment because, you know, we pay for it ourselves. So to go in there and do it, and we're so happy with what, you know, he brought it up to a whole other level production quality wise. Yeah. So yeah, we're very thrilled with it.
I checked out this album from top to bottom, and again. I say, what song? This, and then I said, this is a force. This album is a force. This is in your face. It's rough. It's heavy like hell. And I thought, you know, these guys here, they're already in I guess you are in 50s, early 60s, right?
Yep.
50s. I think we're all in the 50s.
Who is born 64?
Yeah, I think Hal, you're the oldest, right? It's what, 62?
62.
Right.
62.
And then I know Todd and I are 57.
So I guess I'm next.
Yeah,
after
so you're
Hal.
60,
Our year, right?
59, Doug. Is that where you're at? 58.
No.
Oh, you're 60 now?
I hit the big 6-0 this year.
Okay. All right. So you can see. So it's going by age. We got the old guys up here, and then it's youngsters.
Old guys.
Down below, yeah.
Holding them up.
Well, I'm 58, so Todd and I we look the part, I would say. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, let's play music, guys. Welcome to the Grave from the amazing A Mercenary's Fate album, and it would say Attack. You will love this song. Welcome to the Grave.
Yes.
No
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love it. You know, dog has a voice you not hear so many times. That's why you hear not many times. For example, Vince Neil. Vince Neil has his special voice that is this is perfect for Motley Crue, and dog has a little bit stylish, like a little bit Vince Neil, a little bit Rob Halford, rough. This is something. It's special. That's
very unique. Yeah, very unique. I agree.
Unique. That's the right word for it. It's a unique voice. Some like it, some hate it. Maybe.
That's what I say. You either like it or you hate it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it absolutely is what makes a Siren song a Siren song. I mean,
yes.
You know, we say that so many times through the recording process that it's when Doug's vocals go in, it's like it pulls everything together, and it's like it just becomes Siren. His voice has been the connecting thread through every album and every piece of music that this band has put out, and from Metro Mercenary, the single, you know, all the way through to A Mercenary's Fate 40 years later. It's, you know, what makes Siren Siren. And again, like you said, it's unique, it's signature, and it is something when you hear it, if you are familiar, you're like, that's Doug Lee. Even when you can hear him with Mekong Delta, you'd be like, oh, that's Doug Lee, because it's just so, you know, so.
But do you agree?
There you go. Oh, that's
the best
Doug
body
Lee.
of work?
What's that?
Do you agree that this is his best body of work? This album, that he's the strongest?
I mean, personally, because I work very closely with Doug when we're recording these songs. So I'm helping to produce him, and we work very much as a team. And it's all about getting those performances where he's emotionally invested, and we have our own language when we're doing this, and in terms of, like, you know, how to adjust it. And I can say honestly that it is the strongest album, in my opinion, that Doug has ever done. And from start to finish, it's powerful, it's gritty, it's melodic, and it is so emotionally invested that he is believing the lyrics and when he's singing them, and that makes all the difference. So in my opinion, yes, I think it is the strongest album that Siren has done, and the strongest performance that Doug has ever done.
I try to put myself inside every one of those songs when we recorded it, you know, try to be in there like I was living it. So that had a lot to do
what also
with it.
sticks out in this song is this wonderful solo, the tone alone, and this brings back the memories how Uli John Roth plays solos, playful, play around, and this is wonderful done. I love this solo, and that the tone is beautiful.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Uli is one of my heroes, so that influence is definitely there, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, I just posted a link, and it says the vinyl for it's coming soon. Is this vinyl already out, or is update
the CD is out on FHM Records, and that can be gotten at FHMRecords.com. The vinyls are in production. As those people who know, the backlog in the vinyl world is incredible in terms of production times. But the plan is that this album, the Mercenary's Fate vinyl, will be available at Keep It True next year in April, the end of April. So that's when the vinyl will be released to the world by FHM, and right there at Keep It True, which is fitting.
And you're coming back?
It's 5 years. No, unfortunately, you know, we have not got that call to come back. We are going to try to do something special with them, hopefully in relation to the documentary film, because now that it's available to watch internationally, you know, we want to, and it's 5 years since we performed there. We would love to do some kind of thing that's very special to the audience at Keep It True, and give them a chance to see it and enjoy it as well, in conjunction with A Mercenary's Fate coming out, you know, there on vinyl and CD will both be available. So,
well, I think I'm amazing. I can watch this movie. I love it. This will go to a good weekend.
I can't wait till you get to see it.
Yeah.
Now we can compare a little bit, because the next song is a great video and a great song, of course. It's As Played Serenade. from the Back from the Dead album.
Back from the Dead, yes. And there it goes.
Oops.
Yeah, thankfully it's carpet in here.
Show again.
Oh, sure. We try not to get a glare on it.
Yes.
Back from the Dead.
Is this actually?
It almost looks alive.
And this is the companion 10-inch vinyl on FHM that sorry, my camera's mirrored here, that came out, which is Back from the Dead, Lost Tracks from the Dead +1, because we got there were 3 songs that just could not fit. The Back from the Dead album is 60 minutes long, so it was just too much to fit on one vinyl. So that's why FHM released those tracks in addition to the Over the Rainbow Live at Keep It True for that special, very limited 10-inch vinyl.
Question: is this the same guy who's kneel down in the new cover? Is this the same guy from?
Yes,
from...
that is our character, the Metro Mercenary. So this ties the whole thing together. Our initial single in 1984 was Metro Mercenary, and then his story goes over 40 years through 4 songs, which it's called the quadrilogy,
4-part trilogy,
or the 4-part trilogy. But yeah, and then this album it goes from the Metro Mercenary single to the song Dead of Night, which is the title track off of that same demo, to S-Blade Serenade off of the Back from the Dead album, and now A Mercenary's Fate, our new album, which is also, there is a track on there, A Mercenary's Fate, which tells the story. But yes, that is our character, and he appears again on the front of the Up from the Depths analogy. That's where he's coming back to life in 2018 for that massive anthology collection of like triple vinyl with a replica of the single and a double CD. And then the character is again on the Back from the Dead album, and now he is about to meet his fate on the cover of A Mercenary's Fate, which suspiciously looks very much like a young Doug for those of who are keeping track at home, because the character is based on a young Doug, because he was on the front of the Dead of Night, that Dead of Night demo cover. He's holding up the S-Blade on the front of that cover, and we're like, you know what? Let's go ahead and go with that theme. So yeah,
maybe the next one you call it
video
not,
shoot.
Maybe the next time you keep the mystic, like not dead yet. Maybe it is.
Right.
All right, let's play S-Blade Serenade from Back from the Dead album. Here we go.
close, I recognize the bastard that I've been. I can feel the fires burning, and hell will surely be my home. But my blades will keep on turning, and I won't be going alone.
Very cool. Very cool. Haven't listened to that one in a while myself.
Yeah, me neither.
That was good.
It was refreshing. It's like being on an episode of This Is Your Life. I love I love the way your show is and how it's flowing. It's
it's great.
It's really good. It's like the documentary.
Did you ever do a podcast interview like this?
Not exactly like this.
Not this show. Yeah,
and not live.
This
not
is
a live
awesome.
one. Yeah, it's like this is like watching a TV show and being on it at the same time.
It is. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's commented in, and a big shout out to Frank. Hello, everybody out there.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Richie.
We do this.
Absolutely.
You're what it's all about.
It's all about the fans. It's all about the musicians. It's a win-win. It's like I have fun. I'm a fan. I'm a metal fan, and I love to host, and I love to talk to the people, and of course I like to entertain people. This was my job for 40 years.
At it.
And I'm blessed also because we have this every night, 5 days a week.
Wow.
And this, it's amazing. It's amazing trip. And I looking back to an amazing year, but what a great year.
Yeah.
Great 2 years actually. And always, and I'm always, I said before to Hal right in the beginning, I love to talk to the new generation, and I love to talk to the old fellas, because that's for me the real deal. Because the young generation, the young fellas, they're looking back and they like to be one of the 80s. They love to. They would have like I would love to be go back in a time machine to 58 or 57. See Elvis Presley in his prime, for example.
Right.
This would be something very, very cool. See Elvis when he was really, really in his rock and roll days. What a hysteria was it? Or by 70s, I lived already. 70s was cool, and I'm blessed as a metalhead. I'm blessed that I was right in the right time there, to discover AC/DC, Kiss, Deep Purple, Scorpions, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Motley Crue, and all this great bands, these iconic bands, this game changers. For me was like this all this what I should mention. I saw, for example, Judas Priest, and support was Ted Nugent with his fox tail on his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing Iron Maiden open for Judas Priest in 1981, I think it was. It was either 80 or 81, and it was Iron Maiden was on their first tour with Killers, so with Paul Di'Anno, and Priest was on their Point of Entry tour.
I saw that show in Atlanta.
Yeah, Yeah, it's amazing. There's so many shows.
It was a good show.
Yeah, but it's funny you mentioned the new bands. You're absolutely right. There are some great new bands in the new wave of traditional heavy metal, like Midnight Spell, our friends from the Miami area. Great band. And we've joked, we've said, especially now that we're releasing music again, we're kind of like the old wave of the new wave of traditional heavy metal.
Yeah, but we couldn't have grown up in a better time musically. We're all so lucky. We had the best of it all.
What a blast. The 80s for me was a blast. It was like, holy, because I was also a musician. I was also 83, my first metal band, and then the first concert, and then it was what a hell, And we had all these amazing bands like our idols, Yeah. And now slowly but surely I meet one idol after another, and talk to them, At the end of the day, the only difference is they are famous because they did it and they're kept going. Many stopped, say, okay, now I need a job. Many times I heard I had a good discussion not long ago, and I don't say who it says, actually my ex-wife stopped me to doing because she was nagging me, always with the boys, always on the road, and so now you have other girls, and then they say, okay, you know what, it's okay, it's better, you stop it. And then he regretted it because the wife is gone, but now it's back. I don't say who is it. Right. Famous.
It sounds very familiar though.
Yeah. So in your case, do we have to do some convincing your wives to go back to the band, to put the band together?
For me, no. I was actually, at the time when this all started up again around 2016, I was actually just dating the woman who's now my wife. So it was more of a surprise to her, just that it was kind of like, oh, okay, this is the band from your, when you were in high school and a little older is coming back together. That's great. So she was very supportive. It's just, she never expected. Now it's become something that is such an ingrained part, of my life because of all the things that we do, recording and all the other, the other things. And I know Doug, unfortunately, Doug's wife has passed away recently. But
yeah, Rhonda was as big a Siren fan and me fan as Frank. She was just amazing. She loved music. She loved the band. She was 100% behind us.
She was a big supporter. Yep.
She was always there at practice.
Yeah.
Always.
Maybe that's a magic power from above, who keep you going, who
yeah.
I don't think I would ever got back involved with Siren if it wouldn't have been for her.
Right. She's real supportive, yeah.
How about you, Hal and Todd? Did you guys have any?
Hal and Todd. How was it with you guys?
With me, it was kind of it was like, yeah, this is what you want to do. This is sounds pretty cool. So she was all very supportive, and it's been just kind of surprisingly just smooth and great.
And you, Todd?
And me, I've always been a musician. So my wife, it's just another project. I'm always involved in some musical project. So she was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, Todd is the one of us. Todd is the one person in the band who has been a professional musician his entire life, pretty much. Went to Berklee School of Music and then did lessons, and now he has his own school as well as doing different musical projects all along. So he is the one. He's kind of like the ringer. I know when this band was coming back together, and Todd and I, having been friends since high school, it was like, if Todd is in the band, I know it will be solid musically, and I could, we can all just kind of use him as the rock.
It's been so much fun because when I first started playing music, it was because of my love of metal and bands like Kiss and the Scorpions and Saxon. And then I got into some other things and doing some more fusion-y kind of releases and guitar-oriented releases. But man, it's been so much fun to go back and just play metal. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed it and how much I want to do some more of it. I'm just like, going to Germany was so much fun. And I would like nothing better than go over there and just do a bunch of shows. That would be just another extension of the dream.
You got it.
For sure.
If you have famous friends, famous bands, like Chris Jericho, give them a shout out. Tell them, hey, I would love to have Chris here in a show. This will be another legend on my list.
Okay. No, he is
Chris,
absolutely.
great. Yeah, he'd love to talk to Chris. He's a very interesting guy.
Oh, he would make for an interesting show. Very interesting.
Please bring him on.
He's
I
a
love
lot
it.
of fun.
Fussy is a cool band too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's go back a little bit to the past. We have not so many not so many songs left. 4 we have left. Now we play Tornado of Blood.
Ooh,
very cool. Yeah, this one was one we recorded for that anthology package when we were getting together all the materials, the demos and the unreleased songs and some live stuff. We were like, you know what? Let's do some new songs for this anthology package.
That was the first one we did, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tornado was the first one
Even
we did.
before Keep It True.
Right, exactly. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a great song. I love this song.
Because I have here the thing Up From the Depths, early anthology and more, released in 2018. Yes.
Yeah, for Keep It True. Yeah.
For Keep It True. Here's Tornado of Blood. Attack.
Into the sheets like Lady Godiva. She's an artist with a blade and a true survivor. Somebody else, man, is gonna have to pay ya. We're gonna find another victim, think that he's a player. Like a tornado. She got a little potion that'll paralyze you. Stone Cold Killer got the devil inside her. She's spinning all around the world with her. Tell me why there's plastic on the floor. Feels like I've been here before. What was that safe word again? Start to show us coming with me, yo. What happened to the neighbor? We may never know. We're going to a funeral, that's for sure. Spinning, 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 spinning. Here she comes, it's just beginning. I don't wanna think about what's to come. I'm feeling kinda woozy, my body's getting numb. My head is spinning now, look at all the blood. Spinning, 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 spinning. Here she comes, it's just beginning. She's spinning all around the world with her. Tell me why there's plastic on the floor. Oh, but just a sick joke, nothing more. If I get out alive, I'll never drink again. Think you're hearing voices too dark to find the door. You're tied to a table, there's plastic on the floor. It's getting hard to breathe. You stopped believing.
Cool.
Killer track.
I'm enjoying that. Like I said, I haven't listened to that one in a while either.
That brings back some memories.
These are good.
That is a killer track too. Holy shit. I love. And there's so much to discover. Now I heard this now 4 times already today. Now I didn't hear it before. These melodies, very melodies in the background, harmonies, very nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
Ed does a lot of that.
There's a lot of guitars. How many tracks?
Oh, who knows, man?
Yeah, that's it's hard to know. We try to do lots of little things like that between subtle background harmonies and also subtle guitar melodic harmonies. You'll hear a lot of that on the new album, as Todd can attest. As we were going through, we always kind of build the song up from the foundations of you get the basis of the song, and then you add those seasoning kind of elements in there, and it's like, oh, what would sound good here is a guitar melody that's either harmonizing with or duplicating the vocal line that's going on in this chorus, stuff like that. It just it adds some different dimensions, I think, to the songs, makes it more than just the riff.
I got the information that Todd has to leave sharp.
Yeah, 4. I can be a couple minutes late.
Yeah, so let's do our message. But a gentleman, maybe you know him, shows you not Envil, because I showed him before Envil, but one of my favorite bass players ever. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, this is Marco Mendoza, and you're on Metalheads Forever show with Richie Newton, my buddy. This is a great show. Stick around and support it as much as you can, and we will see you on the road.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
I love Marco Mendoza. He's a great guy. This is also the old school, that show Journey and Dead Daisies and Whitesnake and you name it.
The list goes on. Yeah.
He's amazing and an amazing guy. Twice already in the show. So, guys, that's now you know what to do. We rehearsed before. It was the first time ever we rehearsed something before, because a
lot of moving parts here.
Get rid of my ugly face and you do it on your own, and later on I edit it. And you know what to do now, right? Okay, get rid of me and attack.
Hello, everybody. This is Ed Aborn.
This is Todd Grubbs.
Hal Dunn.
And Doug Lee from Siren.
And we are here to invite you to watch Metalheads Forever every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. You see, a good rehearsal is a good rehearsal. And now we do the picture before Todd has to leave.
All right.
And you know what to do.
Yes.
And I press the button. Give me some naughty picture. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at Ed. He's a smiling.
I'm a happy metal guy.
Yeah. He's a new affiliate for Blendax. Toothbrush or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that one where you do that in that picture from Keep It True in the S-Blade video. That always cracks me up when I see you there and you're like, wow.
Yeah. My metal face.
That's it. That's the same face.
I got one metal face. What can I tell you? Yeah, Todd has
so evil.
True evil, but friendly evil.
Evil.
Now we play my favorite from all songs I ever heard from you guys. Wow. Now comes the killer track. This is for me the Painkiller, or the Free Will Burning, or the Numb of the Beast, or the Shout of the Devil.
Now, come on.
or this is a killer track. When I heard this, I was, what the fuck? This is, and you know what song?
Only because you told us, yes, and we agree. There's a reason this song starts off the album. Soulbreaker.
We're so glad you like it.
I love it. No, like it is it's not true.
We're so glad you love it.
Yeah, yes. I appreciate it.
Unbelievable song. I love it. So, guys, here is my favorite track from the new album from A Mercenary's Fate. Here is Soulbreaker. And yes, here we go.
Good one.
I like it.
Well,
Yeah,
glad you like that one. That's one of my favorites too.
This could be easily a song from Saxon.
Ah, there you go. My heroes. Yeah.
It could be easily Biff and this amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely has a great energy to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. This is one of my favorite songs of this year.
Cool.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Cool.
Love
Thanks.
it.
I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Nice.
This is my
All right.
favorite show of the year.
Yes.
Yes. Did you see all the beers?
Yes. Lots of beers.
Maybe you're wondering what is this? Our fan club member Peter, he asked for raise the glasses. In Germany we have Humpen. This means raise the Humpen for our guests. And today a lot of that's it. Some
The Humpen's the big beer, right?
Yeah, the big beer. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's all I got with me.
I know.
Water.
We enjoyed some beers when we were over there. It was good.
Yes.
It'll be beer before long.
So
Yeah, they have the best beer
in
there.
a time machine back to the 80s, there would be 4 guys here with Jack Daniels bottles. Guarantee.
At least some. Yeah.
We have a commercial break. We have something special now, because it's not only a Siren show, and I hope we get the next band also to an interview. This is their chance. I talk about Atomic Opera.
Ah,
cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's also a cool video. I love the video and the song, of course.
Yeah.
Atomic Opera and Hammered Down in Brandon Town. And
appearing off of this album.
Yeah.
Also on FHM Records.
Yes.
Right.
Let me get the Time Warp from Atomic
Very cool.
Opera on FHM Records. And we're very, very happy. We had talked about this again as Hal, we talked about Hal and Todd. While Siren was going on back in the 80s, Atomic Opera was right alongside. We were brother bands. And after we had done Back from the Dead, Hal and Todd had been speaking and were like, what would be great? And
it came about because of Frank and his interest. It's like back in the day, Hal and I put out a 2-song little cassette that had some cool spirit to it, but was flawed. We weren't really all that proud of it. It had some elements that we liked, but and another thing, a lot of times I get referred to as, formerly with Atomic Opera. And I said, well, if I'm going to be known for that, we're going to have to go back and do a proper album. And Frank was into it. Frank was like really appreciative and wanted us to do it. So we decided to go back and totally kick it old school. But this came from the whole Siren situation. So it was just an additional little blessing or opportunity. And we had a lot of fun recording that.
And amazing, you have a good voice too, Todd.
Yes, it is. That was a surprise to all of us.
I'm like Doug, you either love it or you hate it.
Well, it's a little bit different. It's the voices is different. Doug has his signature voice. That's
right.
That's the Siren.
I always wanted to be a lead singer, but I finally got my chance.
Yeah, and let's watch it. And where is Brandon Town? Is this your
This is
hometown?
where I am right now, in Brandon. This is where we
outside
are.
outside of Tampa, Florida. So kind of the middle of Florida, off to the left side.
So the bride of Brandon Town is Todd Krups. Here you go. Let's play it. I love it, and
Brandon.
it rocks like hell. And I love the video as well. Here is Atomic Opera, Hammered.
Hammered Down in
Hammered
Brandon
Down in Brandon Town. Here we
Yes,
go. Here is Atomic Opera.
All right.
Great stuff.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
The link is here. I just had to prepare 2 coffees. It's a good length. 5 minutes is good to make 2 coffees.
Excellent.
Yes.
Very cool.
Well,
we love
gentlemen,
Fun.
the
Brought
link
back
is here
memories.
to the time warp. Signed 4 members. Yes. What means signed 4 members?
I
All
think
4
his
members?
signature's on the record. 4 of us signed it, I think.
Cool.
Right.
I sent you guys the 3 videos I produced for you guys.
Thank
you.
So
That'd
I
be
to
amazing.
Frank, so you can use it, and I get the link. You promised Ed.
Oh, you
to
know
watch
it.
the movie. I
Yeah.
need to watch this movie this weekend. I love
Yes,
it.
you will have it tonight.
Cool.
Yes, thank you very much. And everyone else can go. It's tooOldForThisMovie.com if you want to watch the documentary film internationally. TooOldForThisMovie.com.
Moment. Here is the link.
It should be up top, I think, in that.
And here we go. TooOldForThisMovie.com for the title.
Yep.
Well, it was a pleasure. It was very, very cool. Thank you so much.
It was
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you. We had a good time.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having us.
This
Very
is awesome. 2 hours have flown by. Seems
Yeah.
like I've been here 5
It
minutes.
doesn't seem like 2 hours at all.
No,
Yeah.
and you're
You know
totally
why?
professional.
Because we had the perfect soundtrack.
Well, thank you so much for your support and for the appreciation. I mean, this is what makes it all worthwhile to us. Is just that anyone listens to the music and enjoys it. And we do it. It's a labor of love, but it's so awesome that people enjoy it.
Please spread the word. We need talent. We need more legends. If you know some bands around, Tom, our manager, you are in contact anyway. Please contact Tom. And for 2023, we are on fire. We have a lot of legends already coming for next year. So this will be another killer year ahead. So
awesome.
It was already a great year, and yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you to FHM Records, Frank.
Yes.
So,
yes, Frank.
So Richie, if I wanted to watch your shows, where would I go to watch them? Was there a link for that came across here?
Yeah, YouPorn.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the links, Doug. I'll send them over to you.
I mean,
They're in
just
that
for
email.
everybody out there.
He didn't get it. YouPorn.
Oh, you porn. I thought you said new porn. You or Pornhub.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Kent, how could you forget that?
we have a channel, the Metalheads Forever channel. Only type in Metalheads Forever Rockcast, and then we have our channel. Hit subscribe, and hit the bell so you get informed. We have 5 days a week show from Monday to Friday.
Wow.
And we are fully booked. December fully booked. January already. February only 6 or 7 dates left, and coming a lot coming. Now we still we soon starting to book March, and then
thank you so much for including us, brother.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. I love your show.
I must say you have to thank this guy here. This is the guy.
Yes, thank you, Thomas.
He
Thank
brought
you,
it.
Thomas. I'll be
Yeah.
a totally devoted fan of your show from now on.
I hope so. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a lot of episodes to watch to catch up on.
I know.
we gotta catch up.
Only 505.
I'll be doing that on Saturday instead of watching
Be
the
up all
documentary.
night.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shows. A lot of shows.
Yeah.
If you see, we have now 30 countries.
Wow.
We did last week on Friday. Last week we had our 500 show, and yeah, amazing. So
I'm going to be going to a party tonight with a bunch of metalheads, so I'll be telling all of them about your show. Believe me.
Please, yes, we need support, and subscribe, and we need more followers, of course, but we are on the right way. And if we have guests like you guys, we are blessed, because that's what the show needs. We need the real deal. This is definitely a band as I can say category real deal, and
thank you.
a fantastic deal.
Appreciate it.
That's what
Thank
we're
you very
going
much.
For all guests outside, I know there's many watching you guys. The Americans, they're a bit lazy to write. This I found out. They are watching. Later we see it counts a lot more. But all outside from I call it outside the chat. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and be our guest. We have a lot of cool bands coming.
I'm a fan
Absolutely.
for life now.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Richie.
We have something in common, you know.
Oh, no doubt.
Soulbreaker will be my favorite number now.
That's awesome.
All right. I would say I play once again a great video. I love this video. And of course, it is once again science fiction movie. And thank you so much. Ed, Todd,
Thank
Hell,
you.
Doc,
Thank you, everybody.
you rock. And say hello to Mr. Bass Player.
Yes, Greg
Absolutely.
Culbertson. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Richie.
All right,
Thank
you.
man.
Have a great weekend.
Enjoy the
I
movie.
salute you.
I salute
Stay
you.
metal, stay healthy, and
Yes.
keep rocking. And thank you so much. Here is once again Siren and science fiction movie. Thank you. I salute you.
Thank you.
Its lunar landing vehicle can transport 3 men safely to and from the moon's surface.
This is the command ship. Are you there?
See these prehistoric beasts emerge from the bowels of the earth after 200 million years to devastate mankind.
here we are in the Aftershow Party. Am Freitag natürlich der lange Aftershow Party, denn wir haben wieder was zu gewinnen heute. Erstmal nochmal danke and thank you so much to Ed, Doug, Hell for this amazing interview. Thank you so much. Because that real reminding. So, liebe Freunde, heute haben wir ein Problem. Ich muss alleine machen. Unser lieber Michel hat die Heck schon wieder geschossen. Drei Bandscheibenvorfälle in einem Jahr. Der liegt flach, der kann nicht sitzen und die Fronal muss leider morgen ganz früh raus. Also ich mache heute alleine die Verlosung, aber ich glaube, ich wups mit euch gemeinsam. Und bevor ich aber die Verlosung mache, gibt es jetzt eine Nummer. Und zwar, wir haben lange darauf gewartet, wer wird der neue Sänger von Bonfire? Und jetzt wissen wir, wer es ist. Ein geiler Sänger. Hat mich komplett gleich vom Hocker gehauen. Genau, das ist so eine Mischung von allen Sängern, die Bonfire hatten. Vom Lesman bis zum Bormann, von David Rees bis zum Alex natürlich. Jetzt ein neuer aus Griechenland. Dürn heißt er. Dürn, ein Hammer-Sänger. Und ich habe schon die ganzen Kommentare gelesen, von was sie jetzt heute gepostet haben. Ist heute erst rausgekommen, das neue. Heute ist ein alter Song, Fantasy. Kennt man noch vom Klaus noch. Geiler Song. Und der Sänger ist cool. Und ich habe mit Hans schon geschrieben, schon über WhatsApp, und er schaut, was machen kann, dass er mit neuen Sänger reinkommt im neuen Jahr natürlich, wenn sie ein paar Sachen mehr aufgenommen haben. Der muss nämlich die ganzen Katalog jetzt nochmal einsingen. Es war ja alles schon vorgeplant, dass sie 30 Songs einsingen, oder hat er schon, der Alex. Jetzt musste der arme Dürren alles wieder von vorn einsingen. Aber schaut selber, ich finde, dass er sehr, sehr geil ist. Geiler Sänger, schaut gut aus, und ja, Frontman und Bonfire rocks again. Hier ist Bonfire und Fantasy mit an den Lead Vocals Dürren. Here we go.
Close my eyes and I see your face. I turn up there. Like a prison, it haunts me every
Bonfire are back. Fantasy und Sänger Dörn. Sehr, sehr geil. Ich war wirklich, man denkt immer, ja, was wird der ähnlich wie der Klaus klingen, wird das ähnlich wie der David Rees klingen oder Bormann oder eben wie der Alex Stahl. Nein, der hat irgendwie seine Eigennote und das gefällt mir. Rockig, rauig, kratzig, sehr, sehr geil. So, ich würde sagen, jetzt gibt es was zu gewinnen, Freunde. Und zwar, wen haben wir denn heute als erstes? Heute gibt es was von unseren Freunden von Damn Escape. Jawohl, Damn Escape. Und wer wird von Damn Escape was gewinnen? Würde man sagen, hier ist schon unser Schorsch steht am Kopf. Ich würde sagen, los geht's mit Gebrüll. Wer gewinnt was von Damn Escape? Was genau gibt, sage ich da gleich. Wo ist mein Trommelwirbel? Peter, wo ist der Trommelwirbel? Da hat alles mal gut gepasst. So. Und das geht zum Fury. Fury, du kriegst was von Damn Escape. Was genau werde ich gleich sagen. Here we go. Fury, Damn Escape und ein geiles Video hinterher von Damn Escape und zwar Flagship. Here we go. Yeah, sehr, sehr cool. Besten Dank an Damn Escape für das Fan-Package. Sehr, sehr cool. Und der Fördi bekommt ein Shirt und CD. Habe ich auch gelesen. Sehr cool. Lieber Fördi, Gratulation. So, weiter geht's mit Gebrüll. Unsere lieben Freunde von 507 gibt es eine CD zu gewinnen. Jawohl. Und wer wird die gewinnen? Die Liste wird schon kleiner, seht ihr. Und wer wird sie gewinnen? CD von 507. Here we go. Das geht zu der liebe Froni. Jawohl. Froni, Gratulation. Du bekommst 507. Und hier ist der Song dazu. Für dich ganz speziell. Hier ist Turn on the Night. Hier sind 507.
Back in LA, back at the bar, back at the place that we can be who we are. There was a girl I'm talking about, so damn hard, they're so loud. Eyes to die for and dress to kill, whatever she drank, I paid her bill. Turn on the night, 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 turn on the night. Her name was Lucy, she said she saw mine. After some I was filled with whiskey and wine. We went to her place, she goes down on me. I get her out, and we on my knees. I got a feeling this will be alright. No tomorrow, there's just tonight. It's like a working the heathen in a sea of light. Turn on the radio, ooh, turn on the night. I gave her love, she wrapped me a bug, but at 3 a.m. she had enough. Begging my parents, asking my friends, bang on the strip, we're looking for another chance. I got a feeling this will be alright. No tomorrow, there's just tonight. It's like a working the heathen in a sea of light. Turn on the radio, ooh, turn on the night. the night.
507, jawohl. Dankeschön für das Fanpaket. Und liebe Froni, für dich Gratulation. So, weiter mit Gebrüll. Wir haben ja keine Zeit. Das Wochenende steht vor der Tür. Herrgott nochmal, ich muss den Film anschauen. Ich freue mich schon gleich, wenn ich den Link kriege. Muss ich gleich, ja, freue mich schon drauf. So, der nächste, jetzt ein bisschen heftiger, in die Fresse. Von Dogfall. Wer wird was von Dogfall gewinnen? Was es genau gibt, sage ich euch dann auch gleich. Here we go und Dogfall. Peter, trotz seines Daumens, du könntest schon mit dem Spielen da. Geht jetzt ab. Ronald kriegt Dogfall. Jawohl. Er bleibt irgendwie die Fronal. Gleich 2 Fronen hintereinander haben wir noch nicht gehabt, oder? Super cool. Fronal, für dich gibt es Darkfall. Kannst du aussuchen, was von Darkfall gibt dann. Du bist ja an der Quelle. So, dann würde ich sagen, haben wir doch gleich mit Darkfall hinterher. Tides of War. Yes. Jawohl. Ich muss gerade lachen müssen über den eigenen Scheiß. Ich habe gerade so Kopfkino. Der Michel, trotz seinen Bandscheiben voll aufkumpelt, so mit dem Schleiffuß rüber ins Schlafzimmer. Ratz! Oh Gott, was ist los? Ist er immer gestorben? Nein, du hast gewonnen. Erst mal morgen sagen können, Mensch, ich habe gerade geschlafen. Ja, aber du hast gewonnen. Was habe ich denn gewonnen? Ja, ein Shirt und eine CD von Tagvoll. Ja, danke fürs Gespräch. Also, liebe Fronal, du kannst die Größe aussuchen natürlich. Ja, nimm dir was natürlich. So, Freunde, weiter geht's mit Gebrüll. Und zwar aus der Schweiz. Gibt es ein Shirt, nämlich von Gurt, verkehrt rum, Druck. Gurt, und wer gewinnt es? Schönes Shirt von Gurt. Schauen wir rein und zack. Ratatatatong. Das schaut nach Tamo aus. Jawohl. Das passt da zum Tamo. Das passt zum Tamo. Tamo. Gratulation, Brother. Der ist ja ganz hin und weg von gestern, von Blue Ruin. Die haben ja da hat er gestern gestaunt, was ich da einen flotten Vierer gehabt habe. Ne? Der war schön mit den Mädels. Hey, Tamo. Also, Tamo, Gratulation. Du bekommst ein geiles Shirt von Gurt. Hier einen geilen Soundtrack dazu. Ist wirklich eine geile Band. Jawohl. Und hier sind Gurt und War Machine. Natürlich ein alter Kiss-Klassiker. Here we go. Besten Dank und liebe Grüße an Brother Pulver von Gurt und natürlich die Gang. Und danke fürs Fanpaket. So, und Tamo, viel Spaß mit dem Shirt. So, weiter geht's. Und zwar eine Band, die haben auch ein Paket geschickt. Super cool. Und zwar Rosen. Und wer gewinnt eine CD von Rosen? Achtung. Attacke. And the winner is die Stefanie. Jawohl. Stefanie, Gratulation. Stefanie, und du bekommst von Rosen eine geile CD. Jawohl. Ich würde sagen, gibt es gleich die Musik dazu. Hier ist Rosen und Tonight.
Tonight.
Sehr, sehr coole Voice. Habe ich gerade denken müssen, die hört sich irgendwie an wie die Alana Miles. Das Black Velvet, das ist irgendwie dieser Ton. Kannst du mir geil covern. Sehr, sehr cool. Also, liebe Grüße an Rosen, komplette Band. Sehr, sehr sympathische und guter Groove. Hat mir gefallen wieder. Geil. So, dann machen wir weiter. Es gibt wieder was gewinnen von Reset. Genau, haben auch ein geiles Paket geschickt. Reset. Und wer gewinnt? Das Paketchen von Reset. Auf geht's, Freunde. Wir kommen langsam zum Ende heute. Langsam haben wir Feierabend. Wochenende. Jawohl. Hoch die Hände, Wochenende. Und habt ihr ein Glück? Habt ihr ein Glück? Aber ich bleib drin. Ich gebe es natürlich noch weiter. Freunde, schließen und draufdrücken. Nochmal. Jetzt kommt der Steff wahrscheinlich. Kennen wir doch. Die Stefanie war übrigens Stefanie Sturm. Na, dass ihr es wisst, nicht unsere Stefanie, unser Grand Dame. Reset geht zum Florian. Jawohl. Fast hätte Klaus und Tusi geschafft. Florian, Gratulation, du bekommst Reset. Ich schaue gleich noch, was du kriegst. Ich muss auf der Liste schauen. Achtung und Attacke. ein Brecher. Leck mich am Arsch. Reset, auch beste Grüße und vielen lieben Dank für das Fanpaket. Das sind schon Hammer. Also Reset, das ist schon eine Macht. Back for a good. Tja. So, weiter geht's noch. Wir haben noch 2 Gewinne. Zweimal eine CD jeweils. Und jetzt kommen wir zu einer Band. Letztes Mal habe ich es nicht gespielt. Heute spiele ich einen Track davon. Und zwar Still City. Ich weiß nicht, wie weit wir sind, ob wir die in die Show bekommen, Tom. Kannst du mir einen Daumen hoch geben oder nicht? Ich glaube, wir sind dran an Still City. Auf alle Fälle coole Band. Und wer gewinnt die CD von Still City? Achtung. Rock and Roll will never die. Das geht zum Thorsten. Jawohl. Thorsten, du bekommst Still City, die CD. Und wie Still City klingen, jetzt könnt ihr staunen. Cooler Song. Spotlight der Song und here we go.
So many years, but still time hasn't passed you by. Still the same as the day we met. Go, I see desire in your eyes. I want you. You got me dreaming. I want you. Dreaming again. I want you. You got me screaming. Tell you, baby, the city lights are shining bright. I see that heaven's out there, maybe. I wanna take you tonight. I want you. Love is a river, baby. Take it where it flows. I want you. I'm off for living, honey. You shake my very soul. Stand before the setting sun. Your flame never fades. Shine, shine on. You're in the spotlight. Shine, shine on. You're in the spotlight. Is rising, baby, as I am falling for your heart. I look into your eyes, I'm blinded, and I am coming apart. I want you. You got me dreaming. I want you. Dreaming again. I want you. Got me believing. Your heart is heaven sent. Stand before the setting sun. Your flame never fades. Shine, shine on. You're in the spotlight. Shine, shine on. You're in the spotlight. Oh, baby, won't you shine out in the spotlight? Oh, baby, won't you shine out in the spotlight? Oh, baby, won't you shine out?
Sehr, sehr cool. Ja, das liebe Thorsten natürlich von Dust & Bones. Jawohl, lieber Thorsten. Ich habe Thorsten auch überrascht. Ich bin auch ein netter und dankbarer Host, der sich bei Dust & Bones bedankt, dass nämlich gleich 2 von der Band bei uns Member sind. Gibt es oder habe ich schon beschenkt mit einem Video von einem Song, was noch kein Video gegeben hat. Habe ich ein bisschen gezaubert. Von vielen, vielen Videos von Dust & Bones habe ich 1 gezaubert für sie. Und Thorsten war sprachlos. Aber das hat auch keiner für sie gemacht. Ich mache es, weil ich dankbar bin, dass wir so geile Members haben, zwar von der Band. Und wer jetzt noch auf die Idee kommt, hey, könnte man vielleicht auch wieder bekommen, wenn wir da Member werden, wenn es gleich 2 mindestens sind, dann mache ich ein geiles Video draus. Versprochen. So, ich spiele mal kurz vor. Eine Premiere gab es noch gar nicht zu sehen. Und zwar hier ist Dust & Bones und der geile Song Free Rider. Here we go, Dust & Bones. Und danke, lieber Thorsten und Föhre, dass ihr uns so unterstützt. Danke dir.
My rock and roll soul. My rock and roll soul.
Die haben schon so viele geile Videos, da kannst du einfach aus dem Vollen schöpfen, dass du immer Szenen rausholst. So richtig cool. Ja, macht so Spaß. Freerider ist auch ein geiler Song. Aber die haben wirklich ein paar wirklich Kracher dabei. Ja, das Go, Go, Go sowieso. Und ja, der Zocker sowieso. Ja, so wie geile. Und Freerider, freut mich, dass ich Ihnen eine Freude machen konnte und dass Sie uns natürlich mit unserer Mitgliedschaft unterstützen. Das, was wir brauchen. So, habt ihr es gesehen? Am 31.12. haben wir also Mitternacht dann zum ersten unser 3-jähriges. Da haben wir diesmal eine Sondersendung. Das heißt, am Freitag, dem 30. ist keine Verlosung, nämlich am Samstag. Aber jetzt kommt's. Alle, die schon in diesem Monat gewonnen haben, kommen wieder in den Pot rein. Das heißt, nächsten Freitag ist die letzte Verlosung, die wo alle rausfliegen. Und dann kommen wieder alle am 31. alle wieder rein. Dass jeder die gleiche Chance hat, dass wir da eine schöne, geile Verlosung machen können fürs End of the Year Sale, kann man sagen. Und wir haben viele Sachen auch von Labels bekommen und das werden wir natürlich mit euch verteilen und auf ein 3-jähriges Aufstoßen, Hochstoßen und Umstoßen und Niederstoßen und Hinterhauen und so. Habt schon gesehen. Also, 31. hoffentlich seid ihr mit dabei. Das wird eine lange Nacht. Ich werde auf alle Fälle viel Material zusammensuchen. Wir können aus dem Vollen schöpfen. Wir haben über 7000 Videos. Da werden wir doch das Beste daraus finden. Das ist der Best of 21 und 22, würde man sagen. 2 Jahre haben wir dann geschafft. Sehr, sehr geil. Und lasst uns dann gemeinsam feiern. Am 31. Samstag, also morgen in 2 Wochen. So, dafür gibt es aber Weihnachten nichts. Das ist nämlich der Samstag, da macht man nichts. Da wird gefeiert. Zu Hause. So, wir haben noch eine Verlosung und zwar auch gleich reagiert. Kurz nach der Sendung gleich was geschickt und zwar Supernova Plasma Jets. Haben auch ein Paket geschickt. Super cool. Und ich habe jetzt, wie der Song heißt. Hold Your Close. Okay. So, erst einmal, wer gewinnt? Das letzte für diesen Verlosung heute. Attacke. Hold Your Close ist der Song. Und wer gewinnt? Supernova Plasma Jets. Heli. Jawohl, Heli. Ein Heizdecken für den Heli. Gratulation, Brother. Jetzt kriegst du ein Supernova Plasma Heizdecken. Die kannst dann, das ist also eine Art Zackwärmer, ist das dann extra klein. Kleines Heizdeckelchen fürs Wienerle. Wisst ihr? Brühwurst. Also, hier gibt es Supernova Plasma Jets und Hold Your Close für die Heli speziell.
Describe how I feel. I've never felt this way before. When you're here with me, don't let go. Hold me close and you get the best of me. I've never done this before and you get the best of me. What if I hold your hand? The street will never leave you. What if I hold your heart? So put it back together whenever you feel alone.
Heute das. Da sind wir wieder. Ja, Heli, das ist dein Gewinn. Geile CD, Supernova Plasma Jets. Die sind richtig cool. Ja. Also Heizdecken lassen wir mal weg. Du brauchst sogar Heizdecken. Du bist so heiß. Das ist ein heißer Feger, unser lieber Heli. Und dann haben müssen, als ich dann die Karikatur gesehen habe mit dem einen Zahn, so, yes, das I. Und dann so cool, der Heli. Unser lieber Heli. Ja. So, die Freunde, wir haben es wieder geschafft. Eine Woche ist gerockt. Ohne Ausfälle, ohne Probleme. Geil war's. Geiles Wunschkonzert haben wir gehabt, geile Gäste haben wir gehabt. Und heute war wieder ein Highlight. Die haben wir wirklich, das haben wir Arzt mal angetan. Ich liebe das, mit diesen alten Herren zu rocken. Das ist doch geil. Das ist der Real Deal. Die haben sie schon gemacht, da sind noch ein paar von euch noch gar nicht auf der Welt gewesen. Die meisten zwar schon, aber ein paar noch nicht. Und die rocken, bis sie tot umfallen anscheinend. So, ihr Freunde, am Montag haben wir eine geile Band, und zwar Saint Demon sind da. Und mit Saint Demon verabschiede ich mich für eine geile Woche, sage ich mal. Danke, ihr wart wieder super, sensationell, genial. Lasst doch mal ein Like da, falls ihr nicht geliked habt, noch letzte Chance, liken, und die, wo draußen zuschauen vor der Türe, schaut wieder rein am Montag, am besten gleich abonnieren und auf die Glocke, dann da gibt es einen Ping, unser Ping immer, da gibt es einen Ping, das kann, da wisst ihr genau, jetzt geht METALHEADS FOREVER los. Dann reinschauen, mit dabei sein, und wenn es ganz, ganz, ganz blöd kommt, geht es dazu zum Fanclub. Dann ist ganz cool. Die beste Community, die ihr euch vorstellen könnt. Da haben sich Brothers und Sisters getroffen. Brothers and Mothers from another mothers. Genau. So, liebe Freunde, das war's gewesen. Danke für eine geile Woche. Und hier sind Saint Demon mit Captain Saint D. Tschüss, Servus, gute Nacht. Und Michael nochmal ganz speziell, gute Besserung, Brother, dass die Hex wieder raushaut aus dem Ding. Ich habe es gesagt gehabt, was hilft, wenn eine Jungfrau drauf bieselt. Also, Fronal, Strumpfhosen anziehen, und dann wird es auch was. Das hilft, das soll helfen. Zieht die Hex raus aus dem Kreuz. Das war's. Gute Nacht, schlaft's gut. Und hier sind Saint Demon. I salute you. Schöne Woche.
And you are a fan now. You're a fan. And as a fan, you will never ever forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Hit that bell. God
way
damn.
down below.